Black Box Productions.
I refuse to play this music because I imagine it'll be a copyright anyway, but we gonna get a look at it. It's crazy because this is like a traditional song, man, that like anybody that really been in the struggle, you know what I'm saying, they can relate to the
things that I did. Got me thinking like, why the fuck I did that? Got me wishing that I could take it all back. Fighting with these demons, barely even eating, barely even sleeping. This shit got me tweaking. Fighting with my lawyers for a better offer. Just wanna see my
more so to
daughter.
stare at the person. Your ears like kind of turn to him. You might just nod your head down or something. But the way he's looking at him with his face from the head, this is disturbing. Now, I'm not saying I never looked at AKON just like nobody that represents G or nothing, but you cannot help but thought that he would be anti-rap with the Style Speed, Old a few other records on that level that he had. I think him and Kurtisha had like a real like thuggery type record and all that. It's like, damn, is it that deep? Is it that serious? What is his motivation to support the rat to that extent? You hear him doing all these supposedly amazing things for Africa and on behalf of people, you know, that look like us. And here it is, a dude who is a double agent for the feds and just crossed up a whole lot of dudes like us, got them locked up. And this is a song typically, like everybody else that done did time since Locked Up was originally released. That song that either came on while you was down or when you got out, you done reflected on that song. And it's like you could relate to it because of the time you did, or you probably hadn't even returned to jail since the song had came out. Maybe when the song came out, all your jail days had been behind you. But you can relate to that record just based on your experience. And for the real ones, it definitely, I mean, you know, it's a whole lot of rats that know the record that been in jail too. But we never would imagine now the record would be dedicated to a rat. I can't imagine how honest is he gonna be on that thing. I heard the little singing he was doing on there. He was saying somebody locked up, want to see his kid, can't believe what he did. But I ain't hear him say nothing about no ratting. But now AKON is supporting a non-black that was an agent for the feds and got a whole lot of blacks locked up. So I don't understand. It seems like that's counterproductive toward his whole little movement of doing all these major things on behalf of people that look like us. That don't really that don't sit right for me. And then to taint such a legendary record, man, with the lace front, TACOOCHIE. What are your real motives, AKON? The way you was looking at him and kind of like bucking, or I don't know what you would call that, just bobbing or gyrating, or I don't know if there was any lust involved, but you done lost focus, bro. You done lost focus. You supporting a person that was fully participating in all the bull on my mama. And when it got funky, regardless, the game was funky before he jumped in it. He sold his soul, and you throwing him on that record, you done tainted the whole legacy of that record on my mama. At work, tapping in, salute, SPI, Google Gang, stay dangerous, good looking, RLJ, appreciate you on everything. That's what it is, Chino. Yeah, he's a civilian, but that record is still a record that had, I mean, I know, it's just Hollywood. I know, let me cut it out. They just making music. I guess AKON couldn't resist the temptation to just make music with the devil. Yeah, I wonder how Styles P feel about that. No, I think it was Styles P featuring on AKON. I think it was AKON featuring Styles P, not the other way around. Either way, but I know the image that Styles P brought to the industry and the reputation we know him to have is nothing like what we know of TACOOCHIE. So regardless if it was his record originally, he helped establish his legacy on that record. I know Styles P don't appreciate AKON letting the boy taint the whole get down like that. Whether he really upset about it or feel like it's his business to do something about it, that's another thing. Or even speak on it. But I know he can't bump it like he would have bumped the remix if TACOOCHIE didn't find himself in that situation. Just imagine. I mean, I ain't gonna even judge him by what, I wasn't rocking with him just through his whole image, his whole get down, his whole approach. It's not my type thing. And I don't know, Styles P probably would have overlooked all that if it would have been a big hit. He might even been tapped into the residual side. And I'm not saying he would, but he just may have not been as offended. I know he offended now. I bet you won't catch him bumping that thing. Oh, mama. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he said, Styles P already spoke on it. He said he got real. I figured that. Yeah, I figured he wasn't really tripping. But at least you see in the whole process, he described it as not real. You feel me? If it wasn't all the snitchation attached to it, I bet you that would be considered something real to pay attention to. So without trying to be all messy, he done made his statement. I know he just ain't trying to get all involved up in that he say about TACOOCHIE. But his name was gonna come up when they talked about that though. But shout out to Styles P. They call him SP. A lot of people call me SP, so that always was something I was aware of. Oh, my mama. A lot of times why I made sure I went all the way with the I. Some people call me PI. That's in the set though. Oh, my mama.
Snakewood and that puzzle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.